Alright, what's going on, guys? So this is going to be it's race day. I don't believe I can change the race length, unfortunately. Or can I? Yeah, no, I can't. So as I mentioned in qualifying or practice, one or the other, I will probably change the AI difficulty after this race, just so that it's probably a little bit more realistic to where Toro Rosso would probably qualify and things like that. But apart from that, we'll see how we go in the race as well, and then we'll go from there, basically.
Hi, guess who? I've seen the team's expectations for the race, so I thought I'd pass them on and wish you luck. Take care.
It's out with the old and in with the new here at Albert Park as we usher in what we hope will be a triumphant new era of Formula One racing. For our drivers, though, it's very much business as usual, as they look to be first across that line and get their championship off to a winning start. We go racing today then in the state of Victoria, where the drivers have 16 corners and 3.3 miles to navigate at an average lap speed of around 120 miles an hour. The close proximity of the barriers makes accidents inevitable, and recent history shows us that a safety car is not at all out of the question. Today's race, of course, not simply the start of a new season, but the start of a new kind of Formula One. Anthony Davidson, great to have you with us once again. This is a big moment for the sport. Big changes to the technical regulations. The potential, perhaps, to give us the biggest shake-up since 2014. Very different cars visually and, fingers crossed, much faster as well.
Good thing then that combined these teams put in just a shade over 13,000 kilometres on the clock during testing. The cornering speed of these new machines is absolutely unbelievable. How many lap records are still held by Michael Schumacher from 2004? Well, on the right day, on the right tyres, we might just be threatening them this year. Wider tyres, wider cars, more downforce. I have to say they look great, and the qualifying spectacle is undebatable. Now the big question remains, can they follow? Can they race? Or have these new rules gone too far?
We're almost ready to go then, and this is what the starting grid looks like for today's race. An immense lap from Lewis Hamilton yesterday puts him on pole position, and it's Valtteri Bottas that completes the front row. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Vettel and a Toro Rosso, Daniel Ricciardo and Verstappen, Raikkonen, Perez.
Okay, I know it's your home Grand Prix, but treat it like any other race. Don't take unnecessary risks. Clutch in. Hold. Clutch out. Go, go, go. We're not seeing any technical issues coming off the practice start. Watch the RPM on the full start. We don't want to bog down. Keep an eye on the lights. The start sequence will begin as soon as the grid has formed. Be ready with the clutch. You've knocked the front wing. The damage only looks minor, but you'll need to take it easy to avoid making the problem worse. Okay, this is Jeff. Can you hear me? There's a fair amount of damage to the front wing. We suggest you come in as soon as possible, rather than risk it getting worse. We're considering switching to an alternate strategy. Do you want to change or stick to plan A? That was our last stop. No more scheduled pit stops. DRS is being enabled this lap. We can use DRS when you are within 1 second of the car ahead and in the DRS zone. Charles' car has stopped. He's out of the running. damage to the front wing. Be easy on the car till we get it repaired. We don't want to risk making this worse. Okay, take it easy on the car. We can't sustain this level of damage. Some information on Massa. They're retiring from the race. Okay, clear. There's 5 laps of fuel remaining. There is a fault to the DRS. DRS, you won't be able to open the rear wing. We're working on a fix. Stay out. Slowing down. It seems like there's some kind of problem with their car. Our gap behind is 3.0 seconds. Of fuel remaining. This is your final lap of the race. There's only one lap of fuel remaining. Result, but let's work hard and we'll get it together for the next race.
So, another fantastic victory for the Silver Arrows. So, Ant, how exactly did they set themselves apart from the pack today?
Well, I think the track conditions just really suited their car today. Wind, track temperature, you name it. These cars come alive when the tyres are just at the right temperature. So the more easily you can keep them there, the better your race tends to go. And that's exactly what happened. Their car just looks so comfortable out there.
So as I say that, we can see the drivers coming out now to collect their trophies. It's yet more silverware to take back to their base in Brackley after another excellent Grand Prix. And now let's take a look at the drivers' standings. Lewis Hamilton takes over the lead of the Drivers' Championship after an excellent result. Moving on to the driver of the day then. Anthony Davidson, who would you go for?
Let's give it to Kevin Magnussen. That was a commanding performance today. Very impressive indeed.
And here's how things are shaping up in the Constructors' Championship. Mercedes move to the top of the table. That's it for today's Grand Prix, and from Ant and I, it's goodbye and see you again next time.
All right, so we actually got bumped up to 4th. I'm guessing someone else must have got bumped down for a penalty of some sorts. So yeah, we didn't have the best start. We got tangled up with Verstappen early on, and we damaged our front wing. Luckily, yeah, we had to come into the pits anyway, and then we got tangled up with multiple cars going into pit lane, so we kind of got screwed over there. So we would have probably been out of the pit a little bit quicker had it not been for that. And I damaged the front wing again towards the end of the race. I think it was going into the back of Esteban Ocon or Jolyon Palmer. I can't remember which one. My heart's still racing from doing the race altogether, so I missed out on getting into the points for my first race. So braking, yeah, you've really got to be careful with braking, definitely. That was brutal. And then obviously towards the end I had to fight off Perez because I couldn't turn into corners well enough. I was having to take almost every corner slower, and I was still struggling to turn in because of the yeah, the damage was on the right side, so yeah, obviously my lap times were down, and yeah, eventually I got swallowed up by a few of the other drivers. So our teammate did not finish. He was out early on. He started from 16th, and yeah, I think he was the first one. Obviously, there's only 2 DNFs. I think Massa got collected by, I don't know, I think it was either Hulkenberg or Magnussen. He just went careering off into the wall just outside of pit lane. So that was obviously he got tangled up there because he got around me quite easily. And then just after that was when he crashed. So, but yeah, in all honesty, even though I started in 4th, I'm pretty happy with that first effort. I think I've learned a fair bit from it, so we'll go into the next race and hopefully have a bit better of a time. To be honest, I wouldn't mind if I started deeper in the pack. I will be upping the percentage of the race. I might up to 50% because 15 laps, although it was challenging, I would rather do a little bit longer distance. To be honest, I wouldn't even mind trying 100% race and then just take a couple of breaks sort of in between, because I'm using a controller. My fingers will get a little bit sore after a while, so I probably will try 100% at some stage. But yeah, we'll go from this race and hopefully improve.